personnel shortage. All on-duty guards are requested to remain at their post until further notice.
Good afternoon, agents. We are here live now for another session of This Week in Division. We are here live just to go over what to expect this week in the Division 2 universe. And again, I try not to say there's not much going on, because there's always something to do, but yeah, I'm going to say it. There's not much to do this week. The Golden Bullet's finished, that event's finished. So what you do have is the Incursion. So when there's an Incursion on, you do get more people on the Incursions, and because there's stretch goals on, and because we had the climax to this season's Manhunt, that's usually the focus. You've got the master difficulty, which a lot of people are doing. I've seen some great master difficulty content online, and I'm gonna get into it because it should be done this week, really. But let's see what I can get done this week. But without further delay, let's get into This Week in Division and go through what we usually go through this week. But again, because there's not much in terms of new content this week, we're not far off the new DLC that's coming out soon. That will be based in, I believe, in Central Park, New York, Manhattan, New York. But other than that, let's just go through what we can this week, what's available this week, and we'll go from there. So with that said, let's bear with me, please, agents. Got a bit of admin. I always do it before I come on, but I've got to do something here now quickly. And then we'll go straight into it. So yeah, let's do it now. So this week, today's not even this week. Today's season pass project, as you can see, is Jefferson Plaza. And with Jefferson Plaza, calm down. Yeah. Oh no, that's it. So with Jefferson Plaza, there's the rewards. Again, you might not see that as a lot, but it is for lower SHG levels. So if you're below SHG level 1000, your watch level's below 1000, you're gonna need those XP points. You're gonna need that SHD calibration. You're gonna need optimization cash. Trust me, it is worth doing these if you are trying to level up your characters. Some people on their second and third characters, if you need it, then you know this spiel. You do need these rewards. This week's daily project is based in Southwest. So as you know, with the projects, neutralize enemies in the Southwest, get a supply point, Jefferson Trade Center, and American Space Administration HQ. They're really good missions to do, actually, and the rewards there, you get your exotic component, SHG calibration. You're going to see the XP there is quality XP, and you get the recalibration chest as well. Listen, this week's weekly, more interesting. You need to get name cleaners now, named outcasts and black tufts. You've got to do Coney Island and Manning Zoo, and so you've got to do the Coney Island, both the park and the ballpark and the amusement park, and you've got to do Manning Zoo. Worth doing for those free exotic components that you get as a reward, and the 5 SHD calibrations. You also get season pass credits with that as well, so it's worth doing. I'd get into that if you want to combine that with the daily. If you want to combine that with stretch goals, then go ahead, and we'll talk about stretch goals a bit later. This week's legendary is Manning Zoo. So again, if you want to combine that, you see here, Manning Zoo is the last mission. I would highly recommend, if you're going to do this week's legendary, I would highly recommend doing all of the weekly project, leave out Manning Zoo and do Manning Zoo legendary. You're getting the exotic cash, you're getting some decent quality XP. It's not showing there for some reason, but you get a big bunch of XP when you do Manning Zoo on legendary. But you're going to get the season pass XP. But overall, you do the weekly, you do the legendary. That is a lot of XP, and that's a lot of rewards there. Again, especially if you are leveling up, this is very important. it's worth it. You got the SHD weekly recognition. You've got the 15 floors of Summit. I did say 2 weeks ago I was going to do it, and I didn't do it. I will get down to it this week for sure, because again, there's not much going on in terms of a new event or anything new this week, so it's worth going back over old content if you if you are interested in that. Look out for it. It will be put up. What we got here is the daily project for Agitation. And Agitation is an complete highness bounty, and you get 100% agitation for the hyenas. You've got the weekly descent comms if you want to get weekly descent project for the weekly descent comms, and then you've got the daily project and the weekly project for the dark zone. Again, combine that with the toxic dark zone, which this week is DZ East. So again, combine those. Like, for instance, an example would be, says here, extract, contaminate supplies from any dark zone, recover DZ drops from any dark zone. I would go into the toxic dark zone and focus on that first. Go to the weekly one and do the same thing. Extract contamination supplies from DZ South, DZ East, and DZ West. So what I would literally do is I would go to DZ West and South, and I would neutralize those 5 rogue agents, because it's PvP in there, it's people v player, and do an extraction. That would cover South and West, and then I would come to East and do the extraction for the weekly project. And then what you're going to be doing is doing a daily as well. So again, I'm not trying not to confuse you. Do DZ West and South, neutralize those those rogue agents, do extractions in both, so you cover the weekly, come across to the dark zone East, the toxic dark zone, and complete the weekly. You're going to get a lot of DZ credits in there, DZ XP in there. You're going to get a lot of SHD calibration, and you're going to get a lot of XP in general anyway. That is a good way to farm those dark zones. And they're, I wouldn't say exclusive, but there are still very good loot. There's still a very good loot pool. There's still very good items and gear to get in the dark zones. So that's what I'd highly recommend if you want to make the dark zones more interesting to explore and loot. Again, this season's manhunt is completed that last week. That's on the channel. And again, thank you very much to my loyal YouTubers who subscribed. There's a lot of you that subscribed in that video, so I thank you very much. And I did get 2 new members from that video. But please comment and keep commenting and liking on them. But this season's dark manhunt was completed last week. It is on the channel, and I'm thanking you all again. Let's move across to the assignments. Every week I say I'm going to do the assignments, and I end up not doing it. I will get them done. They will be up on the channel. Retaliation, again, I've not done one in a while, but what I've been using this for is when that clock goes down, we lose an area. And I just go back and do a control point run in that area to farm, get XP, and whatever the event's on, I utilize the event in that area. That's what I've been doing, but I will do a retaliation and get that on the channel again. Let's just check over. I'm near there now, so let's go and check over what missions are on escalation. And the escalation missions agents, as you can see, are Liberty Island, Potomac Event Center, American History Museum, Jefferson Plaza, and Air and Space Museum. So they are this week's escalation, and then of course you've got the escalation vendor here to get those escalation caches. So that's the escalation. Again, I'm not a big fan of it, but it is worth doing if you want the prototype gear.
Inventory.
As mentioned before, we are into the dark season. This is the season pass area. As you can see, I've claimed most of those. I've got 2 more to do, so get those season pass credits on missions and activities. And this week's event, so again, like I said, there's no new event. Golden Bullet's finished, sadly finished. I didn't get to do the day 4 challenges. I do apologize for those who are looking forward to those challenges are going to complete, but I do know Golden Bullet is coming up again soon. I believe it's the end of September, early October that is coming back. We do have XP season ×2 season XP event going on. So again, if you want to level up, get more XP, there you have it. There's your chance to do so. And we've got Into the Dark stretch goals are live now as well, and again, so not that much fun on the event side of life in the Division 2 this week, but it is worth doing. And in the background, let's just run around there. I did do a Toxic Dark Zone last week, by the way, and I claimed my stuff over there. I still not filled it up, but I don't go in there often, but I claimed all this last week. But of course, you need to go and get those canisters and unlock the ammunition here, munitions, not ammunition, munitions here, and otherwise do that in the background as well, agents. So with that said, there's not a lot to do this week in the division, of course. Again, I'd say because a lot of people are focusing on the Broken Rain Incursion, so, and it's still going tough. A lot of people are running that now. I've seen people running that not solo but groups, and they're having fun. They're actually like, they're not taking it seriously anymore because it's so easy for them now. But again, there's also the master difficulty on the Tens nightclub. People are doing this on master difficulty. You know, again, I've seen some really good action there. I've seen some stuff there, and I'm like, I want to be a part of that. But the master difficulty there, you'll see the underboss exotic, and then you've got the collectibles there as well as the XP you get for that. So it's worth doing if you want to get the underboss. I'm gonna run that. Actually, I will run that, and that will be filmed. I'll probably run it once, get used to it, and then run it again, and then I'll film that, because I don't want to be going down every minute and people are like, does he not know what he's doing in master difficulty? I do know most people are just going for a high damage build and going at it, and then you usually got a healer. It's similar to the Incursion actually. People got a healer and then they've got 3 damage builds, or they've got a tank, a healer, and 2 damages. They're doing that for Incursion and Master, and it's working for a lot of people. But with that said, I will be wrapping up here, agents. I've got some clan members on. Why don't they join me when they're on? I'm gonna message them directly and say, let's get some clan work done. And something I've never mentioned, but the clan vendor, there's always stuff to grab here if you need anything to destroy, or you want to collect some loot. Sometimes you do get some hidden gems in the cache here in the clan vendor area. So yeah, and there are clan projects as well. When you go in here, there are clan projects. It's worth doing. But yeah, with that said, agents, let's wrap up here. Let's just get this uploaded to YouTube. And again, in the next week or two, good news. This is for members as well. There'll be exclusive members content done. And I will be back on camera, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, agents. I will be back on camera. Maybe next week on This Week Division, I'll be back on cams. But definitely in September, I will be back on cams. And I will be doing This Week in Division on cams. And I will be doing next season's Manhunt. When that comes live, I'll be doing that on cams. And I will be back on cams, and we'll be doing some podcasts. So that's some news for you, for those who have watched this all the way to the end. If you watch this all the way to the end and you comment, there will be a mystery prize, and it's going to be a decent prize. So anybody who watches it to the end here, if you put in the comments, mystery prize, and you can basically say what I was speaking about at this point in of the video, there'll be a mystery prize, and it's a decent prize as well. Mystery because you won't know until you message me, comment in the comment section. You got to the end of the video and you heard the good news, what the good news was, and if you tell me that you want your mystery prize because you listened to the end, you heard the good news about September, I will award you accordingly, and it is going to be worth it because the channel is booming. With that said, agents, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching to the end if you did watch to the end, and thank you for your loyal following. And as ever and as always, I will see you all on the next live.